Welcome back to our podcast. Today we'll continue exploring some of the most terrifying stories in Mexico and beyond.
A professor once told us that scary stories are more effective when shared as if they happened right in front of you.
Get ready because today our guest will share more chilling tales, including a haunted hill, a famous dawn, and more.
Before beginning, let's reintroduce our guest.
Hi, I am Gemma. I love discovering hidden mysteries and stories in our towns.
I am Ale and enjoy exploring the paranormal and sharing experiences that give chills.
I am Pablo, and today it will you through some of the most infamous haunted places and objects.
Eh,
I am Julio and I am fascinated by the mysteries behind haunted places.
Hi, I am Paola and I enjoy uncovering hidden stories in Mexico City.
Hi, I am Johnny, and today I'll share a story about an object that still sends chills to anyone who sees it.
Today we'll hear stories about haunted house, object, and abandoned place where a strange event occurred.
From the will near Gemas Tom to Robert T. Doll in Florida, you'll hear about events that people still tie about.
The abandoned house on the hill. Last year, my friend Laura told me about a terrifying experience she had. She said that she and her cousin went to explore an old abandoned house on the hill near their town. She also mentioned that when they entered the house, they heard strange whispers.
Wow, so she told you tight. T tongue it was used. They one and first trick. But she on for of coining shoulder time they say a shadow moving across the highway. She explaining they it ready scared team.
Yes, and Laura and that her cousin wanted them to live in Madrid because he feel a cold hand on the shoulder. She said that they scream for every no to run, but the dog Sam to look we tells.
Then what happened? Did they manage to get out?
Yeah, Laura told me that Tiffany escaped through a broken window, and with the locked back, they saw a pale figure straying on the team from the second floor.
Crazy, you said sight and sight a day. None of them dared to go near the hill again, and she concludes by saying that she still wakes up at night thinking about the shadow, and she warned me never to go near that abandoned house.
Oof, I don't think I'd ever go to there either. Questions. Have you ever been in a place that gave you chills?
It's amazing how Timir reacts to shadows and whispers. Some experiences feel surreal that really stay with you forever.
Stories like that make you wonder what is about house really sometimes supernatural.
And it's not just house or hills. Sometimes hospitals carry spirits of those go suffered inside, like in the Juarez Hospital story. Julio.
Several years ago, terrifying stories began to spread about the old Juarez Hospital in Mexico City. Security guards report that during the night they often hear screams echoing in the empty house. One guard said that he had heard a woman cry near the surgery room, but when he checked, there was nobody there. A doctor gave his testimony, mentioning that sometimes he saw names of patients who were supposed to be dead for years. He later said that he had seen shadows crossing the corridors, even thought the place was completely empty. An ex-nurse explained in an interview that patients used it to tell him that someone stood by their bed whispering their names. He added that he had also heard a voice calling his name in the dark. So many people insist that Juarez Hospital is haunted. Some visitors even assured that they felt a cold hand touch their shoulder while walking along.
Would you dare to spin an egg, eat and place like this?
Hospital like the scary story, fear, and sometimes the unknown.
Wood is not just like a things. Some objects carry their own dark presences. That's the next story.
Today, I tell you about one of the most unsettling Robert the doll. It's said that the doll was a gift from a servant who practiced voodoo, although some claim that it was simply purchased in a store. The doll belonged to a boy named Jenny Otto. His parents reported that they often heard a different voice answering when Jean spoke to Robert. Jenny constantly said that if something bad happened in the house, Robert had done it. Neighbors claimed that they had seen the dolls move in the windows, and visitors said that they heard strange laughter and footsteps at night. After Jen's death, Robert was taken for the Fort East Martello Museum, where he remains in a glass case. Museum staff warned that visitors must Robert for permission before taking a photo, and many letters around the display confess that those who didn't suffered bad luck. Even a paranormal investigator commented that when he stood in front of the doll, he felt an icy chill run throughout his body. Today, Robert remains one of the most infamous haunted objects in the world.
Questions. How would you feel standing in front of a doll like Robert?
Some objects carry energy, memories of fears that are hard to explain.
Today we'll talk about one of the most terrifying places in Mexico, La Casa de la Tía Toña in Chapultepec Forest. It is said that Tía Toña was a wealthy but lonely woman who helped the street children. However, the story goes that the children became rebellious and destructive. Neighbors report that the children were stealing and destroying things inside the house. A witness later claimed that one night Tia Tonya lost control, killed the children, and hid their bodies in the forest. People then mentioned that the woman did consummated be with some side of sadness. Others claimed she took her own life. Today, visitors report hearing children lauded and even seeing the figure of an old woman inside the abandoned house. A man told a report that he had heard footsteps behind him began the journey. No one was there. That's why La Casa de la Tía Toña is considered one of the most haunted places in Mexico.
It's always strange how good intentions can sometimes turn into such dark legends.
And it's not just hospitals, places full of pain and suffering can also carry residual energy.
We be seen how houses, hospitals, and even objects can become legends that follow us.
A researcher said that horror stories act as a mirror to our deepest fears.
Thanks you for listening. Remember some and story and just tales, but others might still be alive in the darkness.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you, friends.
Bye.